Hey guys, it's Darius, and I wanted to take a little bit of time talking about protecting your users, your data and applications from advanced threats and malware at your branch offices. It's likely that today you've done that security or you've enabled security from those advanced threats using a device called a sandbox, which is likely connected at your corporate headquarters. And that was okay when these sites were connected over MPLS directly, because anything being downloaded over the internet was scrubbed in the sandbox before it was delivered onto your users, your data, and your applications that used to sit at your corporate headquarters. Now things have changed a little bit, and we've got SD-Wan deployed, and it no longer makes sense that when this guy wants to download something off the internet, that it has to be sent to the corporate headquarters to be scrubbed first before being sent over to that user. It's a lot of backhauling that we really tried to get away from in the first place with SD-Wan. So it would make sense now to eliminate the sandbox over here and deploy the sandbox up in the cloud. That's a better solution since everything is now connected up into the cloud. Barracuda's sandbox is a cloud-based sandbox, but it's more than just a sandbox. It's an advanced threat protection system. Barracuda, as a full portfolio company, covers most of the threat vectors, certainly email, web, mobile applications, and more, which can all be conveyors of malware into your system. So let's take an example of this, and let's have a look at the Barracuda Advanced Threat Protection System. When a threat comes in from one of those threat vectors, it's sent into our cloud-based Advanced Threat Protection System, and the first stop is the signature analysis layer. In that layer, what we do is we do a compare and contrast. Have we seen this before? If we have, eliminate it. If we haven't, send it up to a higher level if it's still questionable. It then goes up to the second layer, which is behavioral analysis. And here what we're doing is we're looking for the behavior of the code to see if it's trying to access network functions, memory functions, and so on. Of course, a typical attachment wouldn't do something like that. If it fails that as well, then we take it up to the static analysis layer, and here we start to look at the code constructs. So we're looking for anomalies such as excessive timers, such as wait a week or 24 hours, 48 hours, and excessive looping that would indicate that a piece of malware would stay dormant until such time as it's already passed the sandbox or any security measures. If it's still questionable, then we can go up to the final layer, which is the sandbox layer. These lower layers are there to protect the sandbox because the sandbox is typically the slowest element in this. And of course, if we can pre-filter all the known malware out of the way, then we're off to a great user experience. So in reality, less than 0.5% of any attachments or files downloaded off the internet ever make it up to the sandbox layer. Now, as we go through this, if we discover at any of these layers that it is indeed a piece of malware, such as the sandbox layer, our machine learning and technology will actually write a signature down into the signature layer so that the next time it's seen from any of these threat vectors, it's eliminated right there and then. Barracuda Cloud Generation firewalls have a subscription, or enable you to have a subscription to the cloud-based sandbox. And I think you'll agree that that is a viable solution without having to go to the expense of deploying sandboxes at each of the locations. Having it up into the cloud with Barracuda's Cloud Generation firewalls makes it so much easier to maintain security for your users, application, and data. Thank you.